For a game that you can speedrun in 15 minutes, FNAF World is a shockingly dense game. Now, previously on the channel, I took a look at the 100% speedrun for this game, which does just about everything FNAF World has to offer in just a condensed format. In that category, you have to beat every minigame that unlocks a character, collect every single chip, get 5 different endings, and you have to do it all on hard mode. It's a pretty loaded speedrun, taking nearly 4 times longer than the any percent one. But during that video, I teased that there's actually more of a true 100% run of FNAF World. The true 100% route adds more unlockable characters, collectible bites and defense upgrades, and a whole extra ending. Now, these additions might not sound like much, but the world record for the true 100% category takes nearly twice as long as the fake 100% route, and it can take way longer than that. Now, I was as confused by this distinction between routes as you probably are at this point, so I asked the FNAF World speedrunning community what the deal is. And it turns out that pretty much everything that is added to the true 100% category, or also known as the 157% category, relies on RNG. And this is the big one. The extra unlockable characters only appear randomly on top of the already random overworld encounters, with the rarest characters having less than a 1% chance of appearing after you end a battle. What this means, according to FNAF World speedrunners, is that the true 100% route is very painful. But you know what they say, no pain, no gain. So today I'm going to be taking on the most painful challenge in FNAF World and see what it truly takes to 100% or 157% one of my favorite games in the series. And yeah, 157 seems like a pretty random number, right? So if you're wondering where that comes from, basically the person that first added the category to speedrun.com gave weighted values to each of the tasks you need to do, and yeah, it just adds up to 157. So the 157% speedrun starts the exact same way that the normal 100% speedrun starts. Before I head out into the FNAF world here, I have to first fish for pearls. I'm going to need 5 of these by the time I'm done, and it does cost resources to play the minigame, so hopefully I can get this on my first try. No! Nice. Yeah, the RNG in the fishing minigame can be a little hard to deal with. You just have to wait until you get an opening, but the game just wasn't giving it to me. That's all good though, because you return here when you restart the game, and you do so several times, so we'll get plenty of chances in this run. From here, we go through some secret trees to get to the Halloween area to get to our first minigame, Foxy EXE, and we're getting the easiest thing in the run done right away. Now, before we go on, just want to quickly plug my survey again. I'm conducting a poll to see which FNAF games are considered the most and least popular again, and the turnout for it hasn't been super great yet, so if you're a FNAF fan, which you likely are if you're still watching this video, be sure to check it out if you haven't already. Link will be down in the description and probably in the pinned comment. Anyways, back to Foxy EXE here. Like I said earlier, we're getting the easiest part of the run out of the way first, as despite how creepy the atmosphere of this minigame with the background and audio is, you basically just walk to the right for a while. In fact, the first room actually poses no threat at all to the player. The second one, you have a chance of getting jump scared if you walk to the right for too long, but you can basically cheese this by resetting the timer by just stopping or walking to the left for a split second every few seconds. And then in the third and final room here, the game will throw these like distorted images of a cat at you, and you have to hide from it in some shadowy objects that are found throughout the area. And I guess a bit of a fun fact here, I actually didn't know this myself until recently, but this cat image is actually reused here from another game that FNAF creator Scott Cawthon developed called Kitty in the Crowd. Anyways, yeah, it's still not anything too crazy here, and after getting through the third area, we unlock our first character of the run, Nightmarion. Then, after Foxy EXE, we get to Freddy in Space, the unfinished side-scrolling shooter clearly playing off of games like Mega Man, Contra, and Metroid. In a lot of these NES side-scrolling shooters, you're only able to have a small number of bullets on the screen at the same time, and just like in those games, it's usually usually bad to just hold the button down unless you're right next to the enemies, because you'll have a lot of time between shots if you have multiple bullets on screen at the same time. So for optimal damage, you'll have to be as close to your enemies as possible so that the bullets hit them and leave the screen right away, allowing you to just mash that fire button and clear enemies quickly. Now this saves a ton of time against the final boss, where Scott Cawthon self-inserts himself as this game's version of Mother Brain. Now you can just sit back and play it safe, but by getting right up next to his head in a jar container thingy, I was able to mash the blaster button to my heart's content and avoid most of the attacks, and thus clearing this boss in less than 30 seconds, even without collecting a single weapon upgrade. This means I get to move on, right? No. Not yet, at least. The big thing that sets the 157% category apart is that we have to collect every single character, and there are different character rewards for beating this minigame depending on how many power-ups you acquire. So no, I wasn't just doing that run without any power-ups as a flex or because it's faster. I needed to beat it without collecting a single power-up at least once, and I'll have to beat it 2 more times, once getting some of the power-ups and once getting every single power-up in the entire game. So it's right back into Freddy in space. This time I get all of the power-ups that don't require me to go super out of my way, and with all of that extra firepower, Scott goes down in under 15 seconds, and things are looking pretty dang good so far. Then to collect all of the power-ups, it takes a bit of backtracking this run. There's a couple of power-ups near the start in particular that require the super jump upgrade to get, making this third playthrough the longest by a pretty good amount. But it's all worth it, as just look how fast I can shred through the final boss now that I'm fully powered up. The regular 100% speedrun is like 80% skill, like 20% luck, not even, actually maybe even more percent skill. But this run is like 30% skill and then like 70% luck. Now next up for the mini games in this section, we got Foxy Fighters, Scott's homage to Shmups and Star Fox 64.
Do a barrel roll.
Since this is pretty much an auto-scroller, you might think that there aren't any speedrun strats here, but there actually is one, and I'm super thankful for it. And again, if someone's wondering why it's muted, it's all part of the speedrun tricks. As you saw, when it's muted, the messages go a lot faster. You can kind of skip them, but you also have to unmute it at this section, otherwise the minigame soft locks. It doesn't save too much time, but at least I don't have to listen to this.
You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you? You won't get tired of my voice, will you?
Now, Foxy Fighters isn't terribly difficult to beat, but to unlock all the characters, I'm gonna have to beat it with an A rank as well, which means I can only take a few hits. And big thanks to taking an early hit in my first run, I was stressing as I reached the boss. Please die, please die. Can probably take one more hit. Yes. After this, I have to beat it a second time for another character unlock, but because I clutched up last time, I actually want to get a lower rank this time. I take a few intentional hits in the mid-game just to guarantee the B rank that I want, and after clearing through everything again, we're done with another minigame. Now, most of what makes the 157% FNAF World Speedrun so painful is the massive RNG grind we'll have to go on to unlock every character. But there is one part of the speedrun that doesn't boil down to just luck, but yet is still extremely painful. Okay, now the worst part of the Halloween area, chat. The bane of my existence.
Welcome to my happy fun rainbow land.
Okay, let's do this, chat. Let's do this. Oops.
Simple for most people, I guess. I have faith in you.
I don't have faith in me right now. Oh my god, dude, I'm actually so bad at this right now. This section's so nuts. The RNG of the butterflies is crazy. Ah, I was trapped. Okay, we're good. No more laser blasts from... No! I hate the butterflies, dude! So much! Oh, okay. Oh, so close. Are you kidding me? As you can see, this section may look cute, but it's definitely up there as one of the most challenging sections in this game. And it certainly doesn't help that the rainbow is mercilessly taunting us every time we die.
Let's start with something simple. Oops. Simple for most people, I guess. Excuse me, is this your first time playing a video game? Wow, what a moron. You suck. You suck. You still suck. Oh, I'm laughing at you, not with you. Learn to play.
And alley-oop. Yes, well, Unfortunately, if I want to unlock Chipper, which I have to for 157%, I'm gonna have to really up my game here. That first run took me over 4 minutes, and to unlock Chipper, I'm gonna have to beat it in under 3 minutes this time. And as hard as that looks, based on my last playthrough, I'm honestly feeling pretty good as I go for Chipper this time. The last time I tried this run, I was stuck here for almost an hour, but with some warm-up under my belt from that last clear, I'm sure I can get through this pretty quickly. On my next attempt, it only takes me 2 tries to get through the first rainbow section and 3 to get through the butterfly laser part. So I actually think I have a pretty good shot at this one. I'm still taking a few deaths here and there, but by the time I get back to the eyeballs section, there's only a little over 2 minutes on the clock. So if I really lock in here, I think I can do it. And good. We're on the eyeballs. Okay. Let's have a good one. Whew, that was close. Yes, yes, that was probably the best I've ever done that minigame. Let's go, dude. And it didn't glitch. Let's flibbin' go, dude. At this point, I'm actually starting to wonder if a world record is possible here. Not because I'm some sort of godlike FNAF World speedrunner or anything, but because this run is probably something like 20% skill and 80% luck. I was about 9 minutes behind the Lone Banana's 157% speedrun world record at this point, but the rest of this run is so luck intensive that there was a real chance I could make up the time during the hunt for all the characters. But for now, there's still a little bit more actual gameplay left to be done. This is the overworld collectathon segment of this run, as I'll be looking for the chips, equipables that buff your whole party in battle, and the clocks, which are necessary to unlock one of the game's 6 endings, the clock ending, which we'll of course need for 157%. I start by talking to Fredbear here, and waiting on this dialogue screen until he tells me about the clocks triggers the clock quest and opens the path to that ending. I walk into this glitchy tree to unlock the first glitchy subworld, leading the way to the first clock minigame here. Now this part plays pretty much exactly the same as the 100% speedrun category, which is really convenient for me because this is where I started to forget the route and had to go back and remind myself through my own old YouTube video covering it. Don't talk to the next Fredbear. What do you mean? What do you mean, chat? You're scaring me. You reference my video again. Here's the message with the word. Another quick to it takes us to our first trip through the glitchy the second clock. Oh, that was before. Okay, sorry. You're saying not talking before I do the clock. I hope that's what you meant. On my way to the next clock, I pick up the first chip of the run, and the next clock is close behind. After another rest, I actually have to fight a boss, Bouncer, but it's free. It just dies to Megavirus, and then I need to consult the past me once again. Where do we go? Oracle of the past. Rock here. Before we head on to the next, we go to the glitchy rock. Start grabbing a few more chips, some of which can. Okay, glitchy rock. Is that this? Okay, it's this. Okay. This run through the glitchy subworld takes us to the water area where I can pick up another couple of chips, including one that will really help in this run. Run Luck, which allows us to run from random encounters faster. We'll be doing a lot of running from encounters pretty soon, so I would definitely want this chip, even if it wasn't required for this speedrun. On the way to clock number 3, there's a dark area that really tests my memory. My instincts are telling me to go to the left first. Hang on. This is another place where I'm really glad I had my old video to rely on. With guidance from my own past self, I find another chip and get out of there. I grab the chip hidden in the trees here, and then it's on to the next clock. Before heading to clock number 4, there are 2 more chips guarded by these eyesore enemies. It's meant to be called the flip side or something. We still haven't gotten a single random character. There we go. I just had to conjure the random character by saying that. So this mechanic is what drives most of the randomness that makes the FNAF World 157% speedrun so painful. Basically, every time you leave a fight, the game generates a random number, and depending on that number, you might run into an unlockable character. The math that goes into this is actually kind of ridiculously complicated, but if you're curious and/or the kind of glutton for punishment that would actually want to grind this run in the future, DJ Sturf did a fast fascinatingly deep dive to find the odds of encountering each character on his channel back in 2020. The quickest and easiest way to describe it though is that there are 32 unlockable characters. Some of them are much easier to find than others, also depending on which area you are in the game. The best way to find the most difficult characters to encounter is to search in a later area in the game, as the odds of finding characters and finding those most difficult characters are higher in those areas. That's part of why I'm not grinding for characters in the early game. I literally can't even get some of them until I reach the second to last area of the game, Pinwheel Funhouse. There's also a chip called Find Characters that significantly boosts your odds of, well, finding a character after each fight. And it's kind of pointless to actively grind for the characters until you get that chip. That said, if you do get an encounter, it's still pretty slick to be able to pick up one randomly here and there, and I'll happily add Phantom Balloon Boy to my team. So at this point, I've fully given into the fact that I don't have this speedrun route memorized, and I'll pull up my video in the top right corner to refer to it whenever I need. Okay, past me. Ready to hop into a boat and head north in the water. Now here, there is a random chance that if... Okay, actually, well, the problem with this is I can't like fast forward or slow down. I can only pause and unpause, which kind of sucks, and I can't double speed it, which also kind of sucks. Okay, so I think we just go into the cave now. Okay, dungeon crawling, I see. What do we find? Next clock, and for once here, I don't know if the clock is shown on the map or not. Okay, I think we go down here. Problem with my guide is it skips over a lot. So I like it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I stop on the middle one. Here, I really have to trust my instincts. There are a lot of secret paths in this game where you just have to know where the walls are lying to you. It looks like I'm doing some crazy speedrunner clipping tricks here, but no, I just know that these trees and other wall tiles are fake. Then pretty soon, I find one of the many mad endos guarding items that we'll need to finish the 157% requirements. What if endo, but he mad? Have you ever considered endo but mad? How are you clipping through walls? There's just certain paths in the game where it's like a secret path you can walk through some of the obstacles. Cacho Chaco, is that how you say it? Yeah, there's a lot of fake walls in this game that lead to secrets. Freddle Fury. I get a bit lost on my way towards the next mad endo, but on the bright side, I did pick up a few random encounters here. Oh, let's go. Who do we got? Nightmare Freddy. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. What if endo but happy? Oh, who do we got? So the bomb kind of just launches itself at the enemy. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's passive. I mean, it doesn't, I don't think it does us any downside. So might as well use it, even if it does a little bit. Stop with these random encounters are nuts, dude. Every 2 steps. Okay, we got the 4th member of the watermelon crew here. There's a gap you can't see on the map. After those, I finally find the mad endo here, and this one is guarding that find characters chip I was talking about earlier. The absolute key to making the upcoming search for these random encounters characters even tolerable. Okay, there it is. Woo! Okay, so the bomb does like 150 damage. It's almost nothing, but I guess it's better than it is better than nothing technically. Okay, we got it. Gonna go build my Lego set. Hell yeah. I have so many Lego sets I have to build still. Or I've half built. Okay. And after getting this chip, it immediately pays off with another random character unlock. This sucks. I'm gonna have to backtrack to all these spots with money. Because I don't have, I have to go back to Lolbit to get the rest of the bites and stuff. Now we're getting all the characters. Yo, is that the last member of the Watermelon gang? Watermelon crew is the first member of the DK crew. Yeah, you can already see how big of a deal that find characters chip can be. Hopefully this speed things up, but I do still have a few things to take care of before I can really focus on the character grind. This time I have to go deeper into the glitched subworld, which allows me to make my way into the clown area. But now that I can warp back here basically whenever I want, I head back to the starting area and take another crack at the pearl fishing minigame. Oh, there's just no gaps, or it's tough to find a gap. And this pearl's, what? Oh, I didn't see the one at the top. Oh no. Can I retry, or is he, oh, he's gone. Oh no. That's gonna be so annoying to have to do that. Oh my goodness, dude. Now it's back to Pinwheel Circus. This is pretty close to the late game, as those flashing bars up in the top left lead to the game's final boss. But there is a lot to take care of before I can even start thinking about that though. So instead, I head to another Mad Endo and take it out with relative ease to earn the Pizza Fury chip. The unlockable characters are really starting to come in now, as I grab Nightmare Bonnie and Withered Foxy on the way to yet another Mad Endo. Another Mad Endo. Trying to do 157% myself, not a speedrun. I have one more RNG character. I spent hours trying to get him. The funny Fredbear. Oh, man. After failing the fishing minigame yet again, I head back to the clown world where I acquire Plush Trap and then talk to Fredbear again to activate the 5th and final clock for the clock ending. I beat Brow Boy and earned the auto regen chip, leaving me with just 3 chips to go. I was able to unlock Marionette from another random battle and then head into the funhouse to pick up the 5th clock. Okay. Last clock. I think I reset on this one. I think it's just that one I don't reset on, right? I get Nightmare Foxy in here as well before heading back to the starting area once again to try and take yet another crack at the fishing minigame. DD unfortunately isn't here to do that minigame though this time, but I do manage to recruit Balloon Boy. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to save the pearls for later. I head back to the funhouse and prepare to begin the grind for the rest of the characters that I haven't unlocked yet. I take out Bubs and grab a couple of chips in this area, and now it's truly time for the character grind. And so the grind begins, my gamers. Now at this point, all the time I had to take to go back and reference my old video has me over 20 minutes behind the world record. So I think that may be off the table at this point, but with a little bit of luck, I might be able to get a sub 2-hour run, which as of the making of this video, only 3 people have ever done. And who knows, with some insane luck, maybe I can still do it? Yes! Crying child. I recognize how bad that sounds out of context, but at the time, I thought this was incredible luck. The crying child is one of what I took to calling the Sinister Six, characters that some people in my chat were saying were the most difficult to encounter in this game. Crying Child, Funtime Foxy, Fredbear, Nightmare, Nightmare Fredbear, and Spring Bonnie. So the crying child has a 3.46% chance of appearing according to DJ Sturf's odds. But according to his calculations, there are a bunch of characters in this area with the same odds, so I guess it wasn't all that crazy. But also, according to his numbers, there's more of like a tricky trio. Nightmare only has just over a 1% chance of appearing, Fredbear only appears 0.77% of the time, and Spring Bonnie is the rarest one as it only appears at an insanely low rate of 0.38% of the time, about a 1 in 250 chance, which I guess for Pokemon shiny hunters may not seem too bad at all, but for someone with not a lot of patience, it's pretty rough. So yeah, Crying Child was a great pull, but we're gonna need even more luck like that if we want a strong final time. But yeah, the gameplay for quite a while is about to look like this, walking in this little corridor, just encountering enemies and praying for RNG to bless us. But thanks to the magic of video editing, you can experience that grind in mere seconds. Okay, Springtrap's fine. Not one of the Sinister Six, I don't think. No. Okay, Endo 2, that's fine. At least they're easy to fight. They're so easy. Endo Plush. Still have not landed a slasher this whole stream. Yo! That's a rare one, right? That's, I don't know how rare that one is specifically, but I think that's one of the rarer ones. We'll take it. Shadow Freddy. Yo, that's Spring Bonnie, isn't it? Or am I going crazy? Whoa, hold on. Stop the montage. That was Spring Bonnie, the single rarest unlock in the game. Crying Child and Funtime Foxy were both sub 4% unlocks, and we actually hit the 1 in 254 Spring Bonnie. Yeah, we're kinda cooking here. A world record is probably out of the question at this point, but if the RNG can keep giving me gifts like this, a 2-hour run might just happen, is what I would say if it wasn't for another part of the RNG grind that I haven't brought up yet. A few minutes later, I run into this guy. I can't believe it took us this long to get our first gold endo. That's crazy. Now, unlike all of the other character encounters that we need, the gold endo isn't a recruit or anything. They actually seem to be an homage to old RPG enemies like Dragon Quest's Gold Golems, a relatively difficult enemy that drops a ton of money when it dies. In order to be able to buy all the things I need to finish 157%, I'm gonna need to kill at least 32 of these gold endos. They only appear here in the Funhouse 2, so the fact that this is the first one I've seen this run, yeah, I'm actually doing pretty great on the character unlocks front, but the gold endo grind means I'm gonna be here for a while. So back to the montage. Okay, well, I'll take a gold endo. Here we go. Paper Pals. Gosh dang Paper Pals. Wither Chica. Oh, let's go. Who do we got? JJ. Okay, we're getting some pretty good gold endo luck here. Not bad. Good RNG on the gold endos so far. Let's go, dude. And we still need a lot of gold endos. Oh, there we go. Yo, that's what we needed. Okay, chat. Second last gold endo. Yes, last endo. Let's go. So I don't think I need to reset after this one because we don't really want any more gold endos. At this point, they'll just be a waste of time. By the time I finish all of the gold endos, only one character unlock remains. Fredbear, the second rarest character on the list. After a much needed bathroom break, the hunt resumes, and I'm starting to wonder if I've managed to break this game because Fredbear just will not show up. We got him so fast on last stream. Like, it's crazy how long it's taking him this time. Watch it be some crazy bug that we're just not gonna get him ever. That'd be a tragic end to this run. Yes! Bless. Bless. Oh my goodness, that is RNG time done. We spent almost 2 hours on that. That's crazy. Okay, so what's next? I didn't think I'd get this far. Where do I go from here? Yeah, so much for that 2-hour run. So much for the 3-hour run, in fact. I guess this is the pain those speedrunners were talking about. I spent 2 hours just hunting for unlockable characters and gold endos in this funhouse. And to exemplify how much RNG can affect this section in the world record run by the Lone Banana, this part took only about 50 minutes. Now, I was determined to make this video no matter how bad the RNG got, so other than being a little annoying for me, it's not all too bad. But imagine spending 45 minutes on a run that was on world record pace just to get to this point and get royally screwed by the game's RNG. That's not exactly most speedrunners' idea of fun. I fully, absolutely, definitely understand why this category was separated out from the regular 100% version that speedrunners actually enjoy playing. Anyways, now that we finally have all of the characters unlocked that we need, I immediately leave and get an ending unique to this run, the universe ending, which triggers when you talk to the NPC Fredbear with your unlockable Fredbear leading your party. The paradox is just too much for the game to handle, and boom, there's another ending down. It's been so long at this point that I forgot where I was going, but I consult past me and quickly make my way to the 4th glitch ending, accomplished by heading too deep into the game's code, 4 subworlds deep in fact. And as soon as you load into this area and see this mysterious fella, just known as Old Man Consequences, you've achieved the ending and can reset. And with that, we got 3 endings remaining until I can finally put an end to this run's misery. Oh, and yeah, I still have to fish up those dang pearls, so let's try doing some of that. Let's do this now. Hopefully I have enough money to still do the bites. Oh, unlucky, bro. Unlucky placement for this dang pearl. Nope. Oh man, my luck for these pearls has just been so rough. What's world record on 157? It is 1 hour 52 minutes. So quite a bit faster. Yes. Okay, Pearl 1 done. Great. After defeating Pork Patch here and getting the key he was guarding, I can reach the clock ending, which we don't actually get to watch because it's fastest just to reset the game as soon as you go through the warp to save some time, which, yeah, really matters at this point with our time. Next, I can progress towards the final 2 endings at the same time. I have to press 4 switches found around the world, which remove the barriers we saw leading up to the boss area in the circus section. And while searching for the switches, I also grabbed the final 2 chips from the mine to complete my collection, and I finally start buying the bites from the lolbit shops found around the map, the main reason we had to grind out all of those gold endos. Also in the mine is the Chipper's Revenge boss, one of the toughest enemies in the whole game. The main reason for this is Chipper is capable of one-shotting pretty much any character in the game, so this one definitely took me a few resets. Here I really need some good luck with the Slasher move, an attack that only has a 10% chance to hit, but on the flip side it deals 99,999 damage if it connects. effects. So needless to say, this move is pretty important with most of the big bosses going forward. And yeah, great, more praying for good RNG. On attempt number 4, I get some great slasher luck and actually manage to take Chipper down. My chat reminded me that Coffee's gift boxes ability can actually revive downed enemies, and that really helped take me to victory here. After finding the final Lolbit shop to complete my bite collection, I pretty much have nothing to do but fish for pearls at this point, which means a good amount of waiting for DD to respawn and give me another chance. And after about 10 minutes of waiting and fishing, I finally get the 5 pearls I needed, which gives me one of the bites necessary to complete the collection. Will I get lucky here? Yo, open. Let's go, dude. That was good. Well, that's decent RNG. No. Now it's good. Let's go. Last 2 spins on this were pretty good RNG. Let's hope that the luck keeps going. I might, no. Almost a gap. Those pink fish on the bottom are kind of blocking it though. Maybe. No. I'm not taking any risks this time. I don't want to waste another whole minute of waiting around to try again. No, close. Bad RNG on this one, unfortunately. But I don't want to take a risky drop here and not get anything. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, 15 seconds. I can't take too long either. Oh, that was risky. That was a little risky. Good RNG? No, so far not. So far not. I wish the flippin' Freddy sprite would turn around. Cause like, yeah, it kind of messes up your aim. Okay, no, it's getting completely body blocked by the fish. That could have been an attempt, but it was kind of risky. Man, bad RNG on this one. No gap there. This is rough. This is rough on this one. I'm getting punished for that other one that was really good. This one's a bit rough. Going for it. No! Oh, god damn it, dude. Oh wait, it's already here. Yo, is that a thing? It just doesn't go away sometimes? Not complaining. That's epic. Oh, I barely missed that purple fish. Threaded the needle. Let's go, dude. So now finally I can head to the game's final bosses. Hitting those switches earlier cleared the barriers in the circus area, allowing me to proceed to the boss fight against this large fella simply known as Security, who is the final boss of the game on normal difficulty, and as such is yet another quite difficult battle. And beyond Security now is the big reward for beating the game on hard mode, a fight against Scott Cawthon himself. I steel myself for what will surely be the most difficult fight of the run so far. Here we go, chat. Actually, before we go, so you guys were saying the 2 boss drains and the 2 UFOs, I think is what I remember hearing. Sorry, solely heals. I gotcha. Should I do Funtime Foxy? Shadow Bonnie, you can use Haunting, it doesn't show, but it works. Shadow Bonnie, Haunting, Triple Drains is better. I might just roll with my squad. It's what I know, chat. I don't know if I want to really shake it up too much. I might put Triple Drains on, though. There's also no background music. I don't remember if that's on purpose or not. Okay, I'm just going to go for it, chat. Here we go. Where's my mouse? Slasher. Here we go. Bruh. Are you kidding? All that build up to just get first Slasher off? Are you kidding? Let's flippin' go, dude. That's insane. And with that, one final ending remains, only available after beating the game's normal ending once. It's been long enough since I've done this part that I once again get lost, this time in the maze that is Geist Lair, the game's final area. But after a bit of fumbling around here and there, I find my way to the true final boss of this run, Chica's Magic Rainbow. Now, this fight actually differs from the rest in this game, as you're on a timer this time around. If Chica's magical rainbow cannon gets fully charged up, it's game over. A true insta-kill. So I have 3 minutes to deal a whopping 500,000 points of damage, which, yeah, basically means this fight devolves into being a slasher RNG simulator. And honestly, at this point, that's pretty on brand and a fitting way to end this RNG intensive run. Unfortunately, my first try fails, but I load right back in and pray for some better RNG.
Surprise! Did you really think I'd let a moron like you reach the end of the game? You stupid, idiotic.
Come on.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a few minutes to charge my rainbow cannon. Yeah, after that,
yes.
It'll be game over.
Come on, you got one slasher down.
To get wrecked.
One slasher is in the books. I'm so sad I didn't know about the gift box. That would have made my previous speedrun so much easier. I legitimately did not know that was a thing. That's so funny. Yes. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. 2 in a row? Okay, focusing. I'm just gonna go Jacko, fourth walls and Jacko things now. We got this in the bag, chat.
Just 2 minutes left, and my rainbow cannon will be ready.
Go, keeps 4.
You cheat.
Let's go, dude.
Beside
I mean, that was a good final fight. I wish we had that the first time. 4 slashers. That was such good luck. That was such good luck. Oh my god, dude. And with that, my final time comes out to just about 3 hours and 40 minutes. I really wanted a sub 2-hour time, heck, even a sub 3-hour time, but with an RNG grind like this, sometimes things just aren't meant to be. I'm still proud of myself for sticking with it though, and staying in good spirits throughout the run. As of the making of this video, speedrun.com only has 23 verified runs of this category, and while it seems my runtime would be near the bottom of the leaderboard, it still feels pretty great to know I'm part of a select group crazy enough to complete this challenge. And as painful as the RNG grind can get, I just love this super underrated game, so I still had a ton of fun. Will I be trying this again anytime soon? Yeah, probably not.